It is Monday morning report card time. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, and here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below, guys. I'm going to be handing out some grades for the Bears' performance in Week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers, in which they had a comeback victory, 19-10. So I'll be doing this every single week after the Bears game. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure, more importantly, that you have hit the bell icon so you have notifications turned on, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of content all season long. All right, so with that being said, like I mentioned to you guys, I'm going to hand out some grades here. So we're going to hand out grades for the entire Bears team. So we're going to do the passing offense, the running offense. We're going to do the rush defense, the pass defense, special teams. So offense, defense, special teams, all three aspects, and then more in detail on all of those. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start here. And we're going to start with the passing offense. So my grade for the passing offense is going to be, and I've got my mini whiteboard here that I'm going to use, a C+. All right. So a C+ is what I'm giving to the passing offense. So the passing offense obviously largely consisted of Justin Fields. No one else threw a pass in this game. Like, we didn't have any of those like trickery passes, whatnot, of a non-quarterback throwing. And Fields had a pedestrian throwing game, right, in terms of passing, 121 yards. But that was expected in a weather like that. Like, this game at one point became literally unplayable in terms of the weather because of how much it was raining. So I have to give Justin Fields some slack there because, oh my goodness, like, it was pouring at Soldier Field. So not a lot of yardage in this one. In the first half, the Bears offense, passing-wise, was awful. Justin Fields had an interception that he shouldn't have thrown in the first half. But in the second half, the Bears made adjustments, and they were able to obviously get the passing game going. So that's why I've given it a C+, which is average, but put that plus in there because he got the 2 touchdowns that were the difference in the game, obviously, because, it put us over the top. The first touchdown to Dante Pettis, and the second one to Equanimous St. Brown. So to me, Justin Fields really had a great second half, bad first half. So it was a mixed bag, if you will. And that's what a C+ is for me. It's a mixed bag, but overall, I need to see more from this passing offense, but obviously the weather played a big factor in it. All right. All right, now let's move on to the rushing offense. My grade for the rushing offense in this game is a C-. Yeah, it was bad. David Montgomery, our starting running back, had 26 yards on literally 17 carries. Like, it was bad, okay? He was awful in this game in terms of, running the football. It looked like he was running a quicksand, just couldn't get anything going. And again, we talked about the weather, the adverse conditions, but that should have more of an effect on the passing than the running offense, okay? Khalil Herbert outplayed him, point blank period, and got that touchdown, the one rushing touchdown in this game. And to me, he did have more yardage, and he was more explosive than Monty. And so that aspect you do like, because at least somebody produced. But overall, the Bears just averaged 2.7 yards per carry, which is just not going to get it done. Like, this team needs to get the rushing attack going. You cannot expect to have a prolific passing offense with the lack of talent on this roster. And so to me, the running game needs to get going today. It just did not, and that's why it gets a C- for me. All right, now let's move on to the passing defense. So how the Bears defense fared in this game in terms of the passing defense, I'd give it a B+. I thought they were very, very solid in this one. Trey Lance had an abysmal game, 13 for 28 for 164 yards and an interception. So we talked about the pick. Jalen Johnson with the peanut punch. Jaquan Brisker was solid in this one. Dominique Robinson as well, but that's obviously getting to the quarterback in terms of the pressure. So the pass defense really, really showed up and showed out in this one. And I just thought they stifled Trey Lance, and they just made life very difficult for him. The pass defense was, to me, the best unit in terms of the Bears in this game. Like, the offense, we know rushing and passing wasn't great. In terms of the rush defense, which I'll talk about in just a second, the 49ers were able to run the football. But the pass defense really was what put the Bears over the top. They were consistent all game long. They were very solid, so that's why I have to give them a B plus in this one. All right, let's move on now to the rush defense. I'm going to make a quick change here for you guys so I can give the rush defense grade. But I told you the rush defense was not as good as the pass defense, so I'm not going to give them the same grade, but I thought they were solid. I'm going to go ahead and say here for the rush defense, a B minus, C plus. To me, they were okay. They were okay. What did the 49ers average? 4.8 yards per carry on the ground, 37 carries for 176 yards. Like, they were able to do some work. Like, 4.8 yards per carry is decent. Like, so that's why I have to say, like, the 49ers were better. Bears were better against the pass than they were against the rush. But I still have to give them a solid overall grade. It's not like they let the 49ers score a lot here. We're talking about literally, I think, one rushing touchdown. So, to me, I'm going to say B minus probably is where I'm having it at. So that's what I have the Bears rush defense. And finally, here we go. Special teams. Here's my grade for special teams. Yeah, that's right. A D plus. I'm being a little harsh here, but folks, we're talking about, maybe I should give them a C minus, but D plus, C minus is where I have it at. Cairo Santos missed 2 extra points. Like, that never happens. Cairo Santos is always money. We're talking about extra points, not even field goals, okay? And then Trenton Gill, the punter, right? We had that stupid penalty where you can't wipe down the ball, and, you know, that literally took us out of field goal range. Now, again, ultimately, it didn't end up mattering. We won the game, but got to know the rules. I think it's a stupid rule, but you got to know the rules. So, to me, abysmal performance from special teams. Maybe I'm being a little harsh here. Could probably give them a C minus, but point is, they need to be better. They should be better, and I think they will be better. So there you have it. Special teams, I'm going to give them a C minus, D plus. So there you have, folks, my report card for the Chicago Bears after their victory in Week 1 against the 49ers. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed because I'm going to bring you guys these Monday morning report cards every single week for the Bears. And, you know, if I had to give them overall grade in this one, probably give them a B minus, C plus, right? You never want to give a victory a C grade. But again, the weather played a big aspect into it. So, like, the Bears got the job done. It was a gritty victory. It was a tough one. They came from behind. I'll say B minus overall if you had to make me pick. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Give me your grades on all fronts here: passing, rushing, offense, defense, special teams. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.